Happy Monday, everybody. Thanks for joining us here for Wake Up Charlotte to Go. I'm Ben Thompson. We'll get to the day's stories in just a second, but first, let's get a check of the forecast with Larry. Larry?
Yeah, first of all, we want to go back in time. I found this in our files, our weather files, going back to January 18th, 2018. 3 years ago, we had snow on the ground. The snow was on the 17th. Almost 4 inches of snow fell back then. None of that here. If you're looking for snow, head to the mountains. Definitely snowy up there. Winter weather advisory in effect, and that's for elevations above 3,500 feet, which means that's all the ski slopes. Pick out your favorite ski slope, and obviously call ahead of time because you have to have reservations, and that's the way it looks there today. As far as total accumulations, maybe 1 to 2 inches more, and that would be it. First warned Doppler radar indicates the snow showers tracking across the mountains this morning. None of that for us. That's going to be up there, but for us locally, here's the way it looks. 2 p.m. We're about 49 degrees near 50 around 4 o'clock. As we get towards this evening, we'd hit temperatures in the mid-30s by 11 o'clock tonight. That would be under clear skies out there. As we check those forecast high temperatures today, right around 50 at Albemarle, about the same at Shelby, 47 at Morgan, and low 30s. That's as high as it gets in the mountains, around 54 for Shaw, South Carolina, and near 50 here in Charlotte. Tomorrow we're up to the mid 50s. We stay in the 50s on Wednesday. It's really Thursday. It's a nice rebound of those temperatures into the upper 50s, maybe 60 in a couple of spots. And the end of the week, Friday afternoon, mid 50s, slight chance of showers. Big drop in the temperatures for the end of the upcoming weekend. We're in the upper 40s this coming Sunday afternoon. That's your forecast this morning, Ben.
All right, Larry, thanks. Turning to our top stories of the day right now. A big effort to speed up the vaccine rollout begins in Mecklenburg County.
Yeah, starting today at 8:30, folks will be able to come who've taken their first dose and get their second dose right behind me at the Bojangles Coliseum if they've done an appointment. That's because StarMed will now help Mecklenburg County issue those doses, primarily to people who need to get their second doses right here in the county.
South Carolina says it is not expecting vaccine shipments to ramp up anytime soon. The health department says it's getting about 31,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine each week and dividing them among hospitals statewide. The health department says some hospitals are requesting 4 to 5 times the current amount. Some teachers in Cabarrus County expressing their concern about returning to school this week. Students will be back in the classroom 2 days a week starting tomorrow. The Cabarrus Association of Educators releasing a statement saying the board is making decisions that don't go along with scientific data and the recommendations of health leaders. Today, deputies from the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office arriving in Washington, D.C. 40 deputies in all will help in the Inauguration Day security there Wednesday. 200 North Carolina National Guard members will also be there to help out.
I'm Tracie Potts on Capitol Hill, where it's feeling a bit like a ghost town here. Streets are blocked and barricaded. There are 15,000 National Guard troops already on the ground, with 10,000 more coming between now and Wednesday. That's to secure the inaugural, but around the country at state capitals, the National Guard was also called out after the FBI warned there could be violence there. Turns out there wasn't. There were some armed protests, but they were small and they were peaceful.
Time now to connect the dots when we make the news make sense. Today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's a day to promote equal rights for all and also celebrate the really important work of Dr. King.
Today we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and all the important work he did for this country. Let's connect the dots. Even during the height of racial segregation in the 1960s, Dr. King envisioned a world where his kids would not be judged by the color of their skin. His I Have a Dream speech, now one of the most famous in the world and one of the pillars of the civil rights movement. In 1964, Dr. King became the youngest man to ever receive the Nobel Peace Prize. Sadly, 4 years later, he was assassinated. But shortly after he died, a campaign was started to honor him by making his birthday a federal holiday. That happened nearly 2 decades later when President Ronald Reagan signed it into law. Now, every year we celebrate MLK Day on the third Monday of January. The idea is that it will fall as close as possible to his actual birthday, which was January 15th. And that is Connecting the Dots.
And good morning, everybody. We have lots of different events that are taking place today, ways that you can celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day. A lot of them are going to be virtual because of COVID-19. But first, let's kick it off with the Harvey B. Gantt Center. So they're holding half a dozen different events throughout today. Starting at 10 a.m., they've got a history tour, a panel discussion. They're airing a movie at noon. They have a second panel following a live performance of a one-man show. And then the day wraps with live music. The YMCA of Greater Charlotte Charlotte is hosting a virtual celebration. It's going to be this morning over on their Facebook page, and they have Martin Luther King Jr.'s oldest son as a keynote speaker. Pretty special. Tune into that on social media. Rock Hill is holding its annual Interfaith Prayer Breakfast at 9 a.m. The Levine Museum has an hour of virtual celebrations that are planned starting at 6 p.m. this evening. Gaston County, they also have their annual Unity Award celebration. That's this morning at 10:30. And what they're doing is honoring people in the community who have helped bridge the gap across lines of race, class, gender, and faith. Lastly, United Way is holding a 21-day racial equity challenge, and the organization says this is an opportunity to really delve deeper into understanding how inequities and how racism has affected our lives and our communities. I talked with their president and CEO. We'll have more on that throughout the day on WCNC Charlotte, so make sure you stay tuned and leave us a comment or use our hashtag WakeUpCLT to let us know how you're celebrating today. Ben.
Rachel, thanks. Now to some stories to keep you and your family safe and sound. Some folks looking for more than just warm weather on their next vacation. Apparently, vaccine tourism is a thing. Florida officials say they've seen thousands of out-of-state travelers trying to get the vaccine in their state. Florida, one of the first states to open up vaccine appointments to people 65 and older. The governor said they will not be vaccinating any tourists for now, so you might as well stay at home. It's okay if you woke up feeling a little blue this morning. Today is Blue Monday, which is considered the most depressing day of the year. Psychologists say the third Monday of the year is often the hardest because of the glow of the holidays is worn off at this point. The weather's cold and there's a good chance your next vacation is far off. They recommend spending some time outside today, eat some fruit and vegetables, and check in with folks you love to make it a bit better. Here's hoping your Monday's not too blue. It'll get better for sure. Make sure you tune in every single morning. Watch us at 4:30 a.m. on Wake Up Charlotte. Have a great Monday, not blue.